Hey, Fit Fam, it's your girl, Orlandina Valen. I am the Fitter Woman. I'm your host, and I'm a women's physique pro in the International Federation of Bodybuilding. I'm also an educator, motivator, and the people's health coach. Now, fam, on this episode of Life Beyond the Finish Line, I'm so excited to welcome Bree Wilson, a true warrior in combat boots and heels. From surviving an abusive marriage and overcoming 2 spinal surgeries to stepping on the bodybuilding stage at 42, earning her pro card, Brenda's journey is all about resilience, grace, and grit. This is a story of a woman who defied the odds, balanced toughness with elegance, and proved that no finish line can define her. Bree, I'd like to welcome you to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
I'm so excited to have you. LaShawn spoke so highly of you, and so when she recommended you for the show, I was like, I definitely want to meet her. So, who are you? Who is Bree Wilson?
Yes.
Is the lady with the beautiful shoulders. Yeah, when you guys see this, oh my God, shoulders.
Thank you. Bree Wilson is the woman who has overcome things that she does not allow to define her. Um, I'm resilient and I'm fearless and I'm constantly evolving.
That's a beautiful thing. The idea of constant evolution, allowing the challenges, the falls, the bumps and the bruises not to stop us, but to define us and to say, hey, look at my boo-boo. I survived that boo-boo, right? This
Yes.
idea of evolution. So I know that, and we're not going to stay here because I notice sometimes when people talk about, having an abusive relationship or coming from that, they tend to stay there. And so I want to just touch on it. And I want you to really focus on what made you say enough is enough. So you were in an abusive marriage and you said, you know what? It's time to go. What was that moment where you said, enough is enough? I got to go.
The turning point was one night, my daughter, she saw what happened and she said, Mommy, I don't want to be here anymore. She
Wow.
was 4.
Mm.
Um, that was it. That did it for me.
And that's
I
it. Wow. Go ahead.
I had been working on a plan,
Mm.
because for a while I didn't work, so I was, financially dependent on him. So I was working on a plan, but I accelerated my plan and made some changes because I knew I had to leave. I had already been working on a plan, but it
When she
became
said,
more
that's it,
urgent.
mommy, I don't want to
Yes.
be here anymore. And you're like, okay,
Mhm.
that sense of urgency. So now
Yes.
you ended up suffering a neck injury and it led
Yes.
to a spinal fusion. Can you explain now how did
Yes.
that shape you from that point on? Because you'd been very active up until then.
Yes. I went to the emergency room after our last altercation, and the doctor put, this was back in 2000. The doctor put the x-rays up, and my spine was, you could see where it was shifting from the altercation. And he said, yeah, you definitely need to be out of that situation. And I had already left. And so from then it was just physical therapy. It was chiropractor care. It was medication after medication, physical therapy, just doing the same thing over and over, being mindful of my activity. This went on for years. Like I said, this happened in 2000.
Mm.
So, got my life together, finished school, got a career, and I got married again. So, I had a daughter. I brought a teenage daughter into this marriage, and so we wanted a child together.
Mhm.
So, 2012, I got pregnant, and throughout the pregnancy, it was just more strain on my body. And then towards the end, I was starting to have those pains again. Like, I mean, I constantly dealt with the pain,
Mhm.
managing it, same thing over and over, physical therapy,
Yeah.
chiropractic care, all of that. But this time it was different. So I went to see a specialist, and there was a drastic change from when I first got the injury just over time. And I guess the pressure that was put on with the pregnancy, I had some herniated discs. And again, I was getting the therapy, I was getting injections, doing all these things. And then one day I was picking up my laptop bag for work and I dropped it because I had like this tingling in my hand. So
Mm.
wasn't sure what was going on. Went to the doctor. They did some x-rays and they saw that I had some bone spurs that formed in that part of my spine. And so at this time, now by this time I had been, same thing, therapy. By this time, my daughter is 2 years old. And so the doctor said, yeah, we're going to have to go in, we're going to do surgery. You're going to have to get a fusion, there's really no way around it. We can't keep doing the injections, this is urgent. So I told the doctor, I said, oh, well, maybe I can just put it off for about a year.
Yeah.
I said, my daughter's, she's 2, she still needs me. So he told me, he said, no, you don't have time for that. He said, if you keep this injury, you're going to lose use of your hand because
Wow.
the
Because
spurs
where
were
it is in your
pushing down
spine.
on my nerves, and that's why I was having the tingling. So I got the fusion and kind of knew what that was. I didn't really want the surgery because I was still trying to be active, still trying to do the things that I wanted to do. So I got the surgery. And so, went through the whole surgery, went through recovery. So I went to my post-op visit and looking at this surgeon. I'm like, okay, so, when
When
can I
can I
start
get
doing
back
my
to life?
activity?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, I'm
yeah. I'm
ready. Yeah.
ready. Yeah.
He was like, so well, I've been doing a little bit of walking because you said I could do that after 2 weeks. He was like, yeah. And I said, well, I want to get back to lifting weights. He was like, oh, you're not going to be able to do that. Just kind of stick to the walking, maybe elliptical, but yeah, you're not going to be able to lift weights again. And then he was like, okay, we're going to start physical therapy. I'm going to refill your prescription for the muscle relaxers. And that was it.
And you were like,
And
no.
I was like, that's not what I signed up for. So of course I was devastated because I had really, really wanted to, it was more than a bucket list. I was like, really, after I had my daughter, I really got back into, fitness. I got a trainer. And I mean, I was ready to go until I
You
had
had your
to
game
stop
plan
and get
set.
the cert.
Yeah.
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 So I just started researching. I'm like, I'm sure somebody has done this before. That's just how I am.
Yeah.
So I did the research and there were people that had done it before. So I started working with this chiropractor, started doing the physical therapy again. And I found this trainer that worked with orthopedic patients. And
Mm.
just over time, I just got better. So that was in 2016. And finally in 2018, I was able to step on the stage. And I mean, I came in third place, but I don't care if I came in 20th place. I was a winner because I
Um,
was in that space.
absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
it was very important to me because with me having the injury, he took that away from me. And I
Yeah.
wasn't going to let that happen.
No. You were like, listen, you took enough. This is what you
Yes.
can't have.
Yeah,
You
you can't
know,
have that.
you can't have
No.
that. You know
Mm-mm.
what's interesting? Oftentimes people have an injury due to whatever reason, and it causes them to sit down and they never get back up, right? And you said, no, I'm not going to do that.
Mm-mm.
This is not an option. So you went and found, because a lot of people don't realize that if you get a particular diagnosis, you can go find other doctors. You can get a second and third and fourth opinion, right? Is that what you
Where
had?
there's a will, there's a way.
You got that right. Yeah, you got that right. So what was it like standing on stage for the first time?
Oh, it was surreal because I just couldn't believe that I was in that space after everything that I had gone through. I was devastated. And just like I said, being there, I was a winner.
Yes.
So, um, I, asked all the judges for feedback, what can I work on? And I said, okay, I think in 2020, I'm gonna give myself a good maybe about a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and I'm gonna look for a
Yeah.
show. And probably
Yeah.
about 2019, 2020, I'm gonna do this again. Well, of course, COVID happened. So it just had, all these
Yeah.
different things going on. And, my mom was sick, just all these things I had
How did you
going
stay
on at one
focused
time.
during that
Stay
time?
focused
During that time.
Yeah. I I got some weights off the internet. I
Uh-huh.
ordered, I think, from Amazon. Then I found some from a sporting goods
Yeah.
place because I couldn't go
Yep.
to the gym.
Yeah. Yep. No one could.
Literally the day before my job and everything shut down, I was at the gym. So this was, what am I gonna do?
Yep. Same here. I was like, what? What do you mean?
Makeshift gym at the house.
Yeah.
And then this went on longer than we thought it would be. So then I
Yeah.
found like this all-in-one gym. It has the lat pull down, it had the leg extensions, it had the chest press. So I was ready.
Like, listen, yeah, I had a friend of
Yes.
mine, they had a gym at home, so I was able to go over there and train and continue to train because 'cause I'd have been just like
Nice.
you. Let me see what I can
Yes.
find online because I
Yes.
can't stop. Yeah.
I couldn't stop. So
What was your
then
daughter? By this point, how old was your daughter at the time? Your oldest one?
oldest one, she was, let's see, my daughter was 5. So she was 22.
What was she thinking when she's seeing all of this in terms of you competing, you
She
getting on stage? What was her
She was
thinking?
so excited for me. She was always so supportive. Sometimes she would, watch her little sister if I had to, do all my little workouts and everything. She just told me that I'm an example for her. I inspire her. Well, she's the one that encouraged me and motivated me. But yeah, she told me that, she's been very supportive throughout this ordeal. So a
Mhm.
little bit after everything opened back up, I started having issues again with my spine. So started getting injections, therapies, and finally I got better. And I said I wanted to get back on the stage. So I started working towards that in 2023.
I'm gonna
This
ask you to hold. Don't go there yet. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's go do the station ID. Because
Okay.
everybody now we getting into the meat and the potatoes of all this.
Okay.